We're following breaking news out of Belgium at this hour. 3 massive explosions sounding in Brussels at multiple locations. 2 at the airport and another at a subway station. Good morning, Michiana. I'm Drew Gardner. That is where we begin this morning. Right now, officials believe at least 28 people are dead and about 130 others wounded in the suicide attack. Reports of the death toll still continue to climb. Now, this map here gives you a sense of where this action is all happening. Transportation authorities have shut down all public transportation in the city. They are encouraging everyone to just stay put. So the city is essentially on lockdown. Much fear is spreading throughout that area. You can see people quickly moving through the Brussels airport. Just outside the airport, they're running for their lives. Let's go now to ABC's Baza Kanani with the latest.
New images coming in show smoke rising from the Brussels subway station right near the European Union headquarters, where officials say 15 were killed and 55 injured by the blast just after 9 a.m. local time. Inside, passengers evacuate through those smoky tunnels. Over at the Brussels airport, we see passengers standing on the tarmac after they were evacuated from the terminal where the first blast occurred just an hour earlier. We can also see the shattered windows on the side of that terminal. Officials there say 2 explosions back to back ripped through the departure hall during the busy morning rush hour, just as hundreds were getting ready to board international flights. ABC's Alex Marquardt is in Brussels.
That was just 2 police SUVs that went screaming past.
On his way to the airport, Marquardt tells us traffic is at a standstill as police block off all routes to the airport and urge people to stay home.
It obviously comes at an extremely sensitive time, just a few days after the 8th Paris attacker, Salah Abdeslam, the only surviving member of that terrorist group that carried out the Paris attacks, was arrested. And we spoke yesterday with someone from the Interior Ministry, which runs security here in Brussels, and the spokesman was telling us that the fear now is that arrest could trigger more attacks.
Belgian police are still searching for an accomplice of Abdeslam. There are reports that one of the blasts occurred near the American Airlines check-in counter, but sources tell ABC News that does not appear to have been a target of the attacks. Baza Kanani, ABC News, Washington.
Stories of passengers' experience keep coming out. One man describes the chaos inside the airport in the moments following the blasts.
I'd gone through security, 8:15 local time here. Suddenly, about 200 to 300 people went rushing away from the security checkpoint towards the gates. They had us wait out by the gates for almost a half an hour. Then they had us evacuate by foot on the airport tarmac, bringing us back towards the main building of the airport, where we could see the damaged windows of the airport.
A hectic scene unfolding in the early morning hours there. ABC 57's Brandon Pope is standing by in our newsroom. The latest details on the attack. Brandon.
Hey, good morning, Drew. Yeah, more information coming in by the minute here. Got an update for you. The Royal Palace, which is actually near Brussels, has been evacuated in response to a threat. That, according to CNN, also reports of suspicious packages. The death toll has been updated in these attacks to 28 people, 130 people injured overall in these 3 attacks. And Belgium's Prime Minister now calling all 3 blasts an act of terror. And he says he feared this could happen, also calling them blind. Now, we're just getting this crazy image here from one of our ABC correspondents showing inside that airport. You can see the wall blown out by the blast there. Just phenomenal. The subway station attacked was in the heart of the city and close to the EU, so obviously lots of international travelers there, including some from right here in the United States of America. Now, transportation experts right now, they're noting that these attacks happened in public drop-off locations before you actually reach the security areas where a TSA would be or something like that. So it doesn't appear to be a security lapse at this time. The threat level is at its highest for Belgium, level 4. That means transportation has been shut down completely, and we're getting word that all taxi service in the area has been booked. So the only way really out of the city at this point, according to one of our ABC correspondents, is by car. And as you can imagine, that means traffic really crazy there. Police say the airport attack was a suicide bombing, and the report suggests that one of the 2 blasts took place at an American Airlines check-in. And these attacks come after the arrest of the Paris attack suspect, Salah Abdeslam. He was taken into custody in Brussels on Friday, and investigators are right now trying to figure out if there is a link or connection between that and these current terrorist attacks. The U.S. is also keeping their pulse on this. The White House says President Barack Obama has been notified and briefed on this, as well as the Attorney General. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security are also keeping their pulse on this for right now, trying to make sure there are no copycats and that something like this isn't happening here in the United States of America. So we're going to still keep trying to follow these latest updates for you and bring you the latest information as we can. More information coming in by the minutes, really, so make sure you stick with us for all those updates. I'm live in the newsroom. Brandon Pope, ABC 57 News.
Well, these attacks come just days after the key suspect in the Paris terror attacks, Salah Abdeslam, was arrested. The uproar now is all over, saturating the cell towers there. Officials are begging citizens to use texting or social media to communicate. And we want to take you inside the tunnel at the Molenbeek Metro in Brussels. This station is in the heart of the city. So at rush hour, you can only imagine how busy it could have been. Take a look here. You can see people trekking through the smoky underground. This video is from Metro passenger Quentin Janale. He says the experience was just traumatic. And of course, this story is still developing and ever changing. You can count on ABC 57 to bring you the latest in this gruesome terror attack on Brussels.
Well, today, not all too bad of a start. We're a lot warmer compared to yesterday morning, so that's a positive. But let's go ahead and take a look over the past 24-hour temperature change. About 13 degrees warmer in South Bend, 15 degrees warmer in Goshen. Actual temps right now, 39 degrees in South Bend, Elkhart, Knox, Sturgis. So we have dropped just slightly, but low 40s still in Rochester, Warsaw, and Goshen. So overall, not too bad of a start. A little bit breezy out there. We have a few isolated showers traveling across northern Illinois. Southwest Michigan could see a few pop-up isolated showers by this afternoon, but the rest of us will be dry for the rest of today. Partly sunny can be expected, 50 degrees by noon, 58 by 3 p.m. and somewhere between 3 and 6 we're going to hit 60. So a nice day up ahead, mainly dry, but we do have a few rainy days up ahead, so we'll take a look at your full forecast in the next 10 minutes. Drew?
All right, Shay, thanks. New this morning, police are trying to track down 2 masked men who held up a Mishawaka 7-Eleven. It happened on Burkett Street just after 1. We've learned the duo got away with cigarettes and money. It's not yet been released just how much money. Police blocked off areas near the convenience store looking for the suspects, but the search turned up empty. The manager there tells us just this year they've been robbed twice. A man is dead this morning after falling victim to flames in his St. Joseph Township home. Fire officials are investigating to determine a cause. The flames broke out yesterday evening in the 1000 block of Wedgwood Drive. When firefighters got there, they found 41-year-old Anthony Larada already dead. New details out of the Howard County community. That's just 2 hours south of South Bend. We're learning Officer Carl Kuntz, who was killed in the line of duty, died from taking a bullet in the pelvis. That's according to the coroner. And the other officer, Sergeant Jordan Buckley, is out of the hospital. He was released yesterday afternoon. The two took on fire Sunday while trying to serve a warrant to a man for possession of a syringe. That man is 25-year-old Evan Dorsey. He killed himself before he could be arrested. Friends and neighbors are saddened their hero Carl is gone.
It weighs heavy on our hearts, and it will for a while.
Kuntz, just 27 years old, is expected to be laid to rest later this week. It's 8:09 now. A day out on the water turns tragic when a boat crashes into a wall of rocks. Now divers are scouring the ocean floor looking for one of the victims thrown from the vessel. Plus, it's President Obama's last day in Cuba. Today, he'll give a historic speech broadcasted throughout the island nation.
And today is the warmest day of the next 10, so try and get out there and enjoy it. A little bit of sunshine in the forecast for today, and then a few rainy days up ahead. We'll check out the latest timing in your full forecast right after the break.